What a like. So this right here is the sideways fluctuating rally that precedes the decline. I would have expected. Usually, you see a lot more rally with the chariot card before the decline. The chariot card is a sideways fluctuating rally that precedes a decline. It's innate within it that there's a decline following the sideways fluctuating rally. So usually it's a sideways fluctuating rally with a decline at the end. Sometimes it's just a sideways fluctuating rally. This is one of the only times I've seen it mostly decline, but that's very much the case. Sideways fluctuating rally, important resistance that we met many times before and failed to break through. And then we have a trough midday, a midday low here. We do some retracement back to the upside, but it's a brief peak that's easily missed. That's the indolence card, followed by more decline. But we should see at the end of the day here at some point a notable move to the upside because we've got a high correlator here at the end of the day. The Knight of Wands is a bearish card, though. You have to be careful. It's a bearish card. It's the end of a rally. So there's some sort of move here. And if we don't see a move at the end of the day to the upside, like a notable move, then it's very well going to take place first thing in the morning tomorrow. Either way, there's a move first thing in the morning tomorrow, it looks like. But I think we'll probably see something to the upside here at the end of the day. And then maybe it doesn't last very long and we end up moving to the downside some more in the post market. And also the low form, there's a U-shaped dip near the low. So really that's another indication that we should see some sort of move to the upside at the very end of the day here in like the last half hour or so. And again, if we don't, matter of fact, this ruin right here indicates some sort of so it's like a ruin that indicates you're being misled sometimes by yourself. So that's what makes me think maybe there isn't a move to the upside. But overall, what the cards are saying, move to the upside. At the bottom, there's a U-shaped dip. It's just this kind of ruin. This ruin right here in this position is indicating that expectations are skewed somehow. With that said, I'd want to be getting into bullish. Well, hold on before I say that. No, it's pretty mixed. It's pretty mixed the next few days, guys. Actually, it's really mixed the next few days. But there is this move to the upside to a failed resistance on the 27th. There's no cross-reading congruencies there. Actually, that's a cross-reading correlation. We I'll be surprised if we don't have a turnaround at least at the very end of the day. But I do feel like there's more downside here before that turnaround. Hey Dumb Money, hey Tabraze. It's just this reading is so off, guys. This is probably it's in like maybe the top 5 worst readings I've done. I don't know how it got this bad. I must have been really off my game. But even so, there's still a lot of reliable data. I just wouldn't put this in, even in the 90s. By my standards, this reading is trash. But maybe I shouldn't say that. That's kind of disrespectful. By my standards, this reading's accuracy is not. It's not up to par. It's not up to my expectations or my standards. So we were pretty much on. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's still a lot of accurate data here. So yesterday we had this rally offering opportunity to open up a short position. And you can see that was significantly the case, open up a short position. And like I said, we were going to touch this 200-day moving average. Now the question becomes, do we go through the 200-day moving average? And based on the fact that we have a low in October, that may very well be the case, especially because we're talking about lowest lows for the year. Oh man, it would have been so nice to see an ace of discs on the timeline. But here's the thing, guys. This is why October is like this reading. I feel pretty strongly about my October readings and my November readings have all been pretty strong and clear. I can tell when I got something like smoked and when something's kind of like iffy. You know, they're solid readings. And this right here is a cross reading congruency. The Princess of Discs for the theme card of in October is also the low significator on the 1 year. And we're talking about a lowest low taking place somewhere around the cusp of well, on the 1 year we said around the cusp of September, October. Looks like it's more so moving into October. It could be possible that it's a bounce. But I think that first week is really... there's a move there, but it's still pretty mixed, so it's kind of tricky as far as trying to catch the bounce. If I was holding a long position or I was looking to put on a long position, I would be looking to exit that long position probably on the 2nd or the 5th, 6th. Or if I'm really, really ballsy, the 12th, 13th, maybe. Probably the 5th, 6th is where... Well, probably the 2nd. It depends. If there's profit there, I would take it on the 2nd. If there's no profit on the 2nd, I would hold till the 5th, 6th. But I wouldn't hold a long position longer than that. And there should be some real ground covered here because you've got the Princess of Discs crossed with the Princess of Swords, which is they're kind of like opposite energies on in the deck. I think we fill the 422 gap. Yeah, I think we're probably filling that gap. Because we haven't even touched the bottom of RSI yet, guys. Which is a significant indicator. So, guys, if you don't know much about technical analysis, combining technical analysis and SO meta-analysis is probably the most powerful analysis system like out there. So far, few people know about the SO meta portion, so they're playing with just the technical analysis. Think of an x plus y equals z equation. They have the x. SO meta is the y. So take the x, the technical analysis, add it to the y, and then the z becomes very easy to solve, right? So here's some knowledge as far as technical analysis. The RSI, or relative strength index, is a technical indicator that a lot of people use to measure overbought and oversold. So by overbought, I mean there more than the real value. More people have bought into the stock, raising the price like above the value, like the real value of it, whereas oversold would be the opposite. So many people have sold that the price has dropped below its real value. And so when that happens, when you get to either end of that spectrum, which is classically the 80 mark and the 20 mark, but depending on the stock, it could be slightly different. Sometimes people use 90 and 10, sometimes people use 75 and 25. But in any case, the point is that you usually see a reversal. First, you'll touch the upper end of the range, or maybe even if it's really bullish, pop through it. But then once that goes, you'll do back and forth, but you theoretically should hit the lower end and break through the lower end or bounce off the lower end before you see another bounce to the upside, right? And so since we haven't done that yet, it does appear that we're going to fill this gap at least. Hey, Randy. Am I still seeing a pump in CAT on Thursday? I mean, that looked like the best day for CAT. It didn't look like the best day to exit, if that makes sense. Are you holding out of the money options by chance? Dumb money. Am I still seeing Google short 26th through the 28th and long 28th through the 29th? Guys, just so you're aware, these are the type of questions that eventually I will no longer be asking in live or answering in live, like questions about trades. The only way to get information about trades will be through paid services in the not too distant future. But for now, Google. This one's a little bit off. So we have lows mid-month. So the short on 26th to the 28th. Oh, that's the S&P I'm looking at. No wonder it's off. Duh. Nice. It looks like we were a little bit off on the lows, but this looks much more accurate. So we have the high for the 15th. It ends up being one trading day after, so not too far off. And then we go almost immediately into lows. You can see how that took place. So short on the 26th to the 28th. I would say if we see a move to the upside here, or like a significant move to the upside here in the last 20 minutes or so, I mean a notable one, guys, not like just one candlestick bar. Like this is a notable move to the upside, right? This right here is not really notable. I guess maybe, but like this is what I'm talking about when I say notable, something like this. All right, so if we see something like that, I would get into a short position there, and I would probably close out of it. If I could close out of it tomorrow, I would do so, and if not, then I would wait until the 28th. And the 28th, along on the 28th, 29th, yes. There's a strong possibility of a long on the 28th, 29th. The only thing that is this ruin right here in black, when you see a ruin in black, the black or light gray, because sometimes like light gray over here, these indicate like be careful not to like fool yourself kind of energies. But this definitely looks pretty much like a decline and then a move higher the following day to a new local high. Hey, Zen Life. Welcome. So you want to take a look at Bitcoin? Oh, we nailed this one, guys. Look at this. We have lows here on the 12th, 11th, 12th, right there. Boom. And then we go into highs on the 19th. So we're a little bit early on that. Ends up being around the 21st. What is this? The 21st. So we're a couple days off on that. But that Ace of Swords right there is a pretty strong indication of a high. Matter of fact, what am I saying? The highest high I have here on the 21st. This is right on point. What am I saying? It's right on point. And then we go back into a trough, 25th, 26th. So tomorrow is going to be, we'll probably see another trough, maybe similar price level to this right here, this lower wick of the green candlestick, which would put us at like 25,986. Let me just verify that. Yeah, so we probably come around that same trough. We're going to like revisit the trough. And then towards the end of a period of volatility, we'll visit in a period of volatility. And then in the end of that volatility, there's a fast, sudden move higher that'll stand out on this chart, on a one-day chart anyways. And then the following day, it looks like between the 27th and the 28th, we do have a bit of a decline, like from an near overbought peak. We have a little bit of a decline, but it doesn't last. There's a notable move out of it. So chart pattern here will probably make it look like we'll go lower, but instead we go higher on the 28th. And then we have a notable reversal on the 29th. 29th is probably a good day to get out of a long position. If you entered into a long position that on the 27th, that fast sudden move higher that ends the period of volatility, it might actually end up being that futility card. If we end up at a day's low or near a day's low or a trough for an important trough at the end of the day on the 27th rather than a peak, I would say that that fast sudden move higher will take place on the 28th. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum are survivors. Like all of these cryptos, it's just silly nonsense to me. Like all of these, so many different ones. It's like when we had mini disc players for like a year before MP3 players came out. It was like this, how about the .com, the social media companies, right? Like there was a bunch of them, but there were so many it was ridiculous, and then only a few survived, right? So the similar thing is going to happen there. The two forerunners obviously are Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's not going to change, although the growth on Ethereum is probably going to outshine, from a percentage standpoint, the growth on Ethereum will probably outshine Bitcoin at this point. I'm not really sure how aligned they are day to day. I've never really looked at the correlation, but I do look at Bitcoin as an over. It's kind of like if I was going to look at the stock market in general, I would look at the S&P 500, which is why I do that every day. If I was going to look at the crypto market in general, I would look at the Bitcoin market. I'd probably look at Ethereum too, and I'd imagine that they don't deviate that much. Yeah. Hey, Robert. Hey, Randy. Space, $4. Oh, wait. Apple 27th midday peak, open short and close the 28th. Missed that high. We're a little late on the high. We did get the sharp drop with this unicursal stuff here. And then lows. Looks like lows off too. A little bit. But the sequence of events looks pretty accurate. The question is... 27th midday peak. Okay, so if there is a midday peak on the 27th, that would be a pretty good opportunity to open up a short and close it on the 28th, probably end of day. And along from the 28th to the 29th, probably, I would say if first thing in the morning on the, you want to close that long first thing in the morning on the 29th, whether or not it holds to be profitable. I think it probably will, but you do not want to hold a long position throughout the 29th. Excuse me. Can I see $4 in October for SPC? God, I hope so. My gosh. I don't know what's going on, man. I mean, it's not like I'm holding, it's my parents that are holding positions, so I don't see how that would impact my... For whatever reason, I'm not really allowed to use my own gift to make money, you know. SPCE. Man. It looks like it's possible from the standpoint of the October reading. We revisit a crest that was an opportunity at some point here in October. Do we have? When we have the cross reading congruency here. Interesting. Well, the first week looks pretty bullish. Do we reach $4 in? Oh, this is. I'm looking at Apple. My God, should be looking at SPC. Sorry, guys. SPC, where are you? Oh, I opened all the Apple. My gosh. Sorry, guys. All right, so September, definitely off on this one, guys. Been pretty solid with the SPC readings as far as like day by day chart behavior, but um, like, and also on the 1 year we're pretty solid, right? We see this low around the cusp of September, October, which looks like more so in October, and then a lot of ground is covered. I might do this one over. No. So it looks like there's going to be some sort of we're going to bottom out here in October. That's what it's looking like. We're going to bottom out, and there's a lot of fear generated, intentional fear generated around the lows, maybe to make people think it's going lower. But it's the devil card correlation here around these lows, the yellow correlator. Do we see $4 SPC $4 in October 2023? I got a yes. A no. And a yes. So that's a yes, guys. A lot of ground covered, and the Hierophant card in a lot of cases is like a pop and drop. I might also be off on the high because this Ace of Discs, often an Ace of Discs indicates a highest high. It's just that we have these kind of like low correlating things over here. I might be off on it. It could be here. There's a lot of toppy stuff going on in the first week, which is why I think it's in the first week. But if we're going to hit $4, then it might be that the 17th is the high. We'll have to see when we get to October. Well, welcome, Zen Life. Appreciate you watching. I'm doing well, Baby Yoda. Hope you're doing well. Do I think Link and DOT will exceed all-time highs in the next cycle? Is it this one? I think it's this one, right? Link USD. Wow, what a chart. All right, so this is this isn't like a crazy chart. Look at this chart. So wild. But based on the 10-year, it looks like it does exceed its all-time high here in 2024, maybe 2025, 26. But I think it's probably 2024. It probably makes a new high or the same high here in 2026. The other one was DOT. Wow, this one was done a long time ago. Well, that doesn't seem right. I might have messed up this reading, but it doesn't look so much like there's an all-time high in 2024. DOT has a higher high in 2025, 26. It looks like. Well, it's probably 2025 because there's correlation to the Aeon card, which pushes the upper end of a range higher. 2024 looks like an opportunity to get into DOT. So we'll look at DOT in more like smaller time frames. Hopefully somebody will order the DOT 2024 reading. Tesla, best time to exit. Oh, wrong one. Whoops. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Yeah, it looks like we probably, it's a little mixed, but we probably go lower into the end of the week here. We probably see a low at the end of the week based on this. So I would say waiting until the 29th is probably, that's probably when I would exit it. There's going to be a little bit of bullish behavior tomorrow, but then 28th and 29th are looking pretty decliney. How will China stocks be in October? When is the best time to exit Mara swing short in Q4? October and November are looking pretty bearish. Actually, they're two of the more bearish cards in the deck. Both trumps. So we've got the Moon card for October. We've got the Hermit card for November, which is a revisiting of a prior support level with a big decline. And then December, we have a big move to the upside. We push the upper end of a range higher in December. Appreciate it, AV. Oh, cool, Robert. I hope you do. Oh, I left out the China stocks. China stocks. How will China stocks be in October? Pretty mixed, but overall to the downside. I got the Queen of Cups. Couldn't make up your mind. I gotcha. There's so many. All right, let's take a look at the S&P 500 one more time, and then I'm gonna roll, guys. So likely we open higher tomorrow. And then there should be like a trough at the beginning of the day, not necessarily lowest low. It's hard to determine overall direction with this double nullified futility card. But at the end of the day, if we're at a high at the end of the day, I would utilize that high as an opportunity to open up a short, and I would hold that short until the following morning. If the following morning didn't look like a good exit, I'd wait until the end of the day. I don't know if I'd wait till the end of the day. It might be a little risky. There's another short at the end of the day. You open up a short position here in the midst of this move higher. We reach for a distant resistance somewhere around 1 to 3, but probably closer to 130. In the midst of that move higher, there'll be a range highlighted, like on a multi-day scale. That's where I would open up a short position for a day trade, and I would close the short position at the end of the day, right before the close, most likely. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that Rule of Karma. You do so here at the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits forward and 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities, 5% of the profits back to the channel. It leaves you with 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. You follow those rules. That's the Rule of Karma for the channel. The universe will send it back to you tenfold for being an angel investor. I'll see you guys tomorrow.